Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Parker Thundering Herd head football coach Frank Warren, powered by CM Gridiron. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome back for another Parker episode of Coach Speak. Good to see you, Coach.
Glad to be here.
Good. So this past week you had a huge win against Jackson-Olin, 56-0. Take us through the game.
We got our quarterback back this game.
That's awesome.
Trying to get a little rust off of him, so we kind of threw it around at the beginning.
Good.
He completed like 11 passes for 4 touchdowns. So
wow.
We kind of got him get him out the rust and, do something different for the receivers, because the last couple of games they've been sacrificed blocking and
yes, sir.
Understanding that the same throws might not be there this game as they have the first 2 games. So
right.
We try to give him a little taste of the party, and we did well on it. Our defense did pretty good, and
yep.
It was a good homecoming win.
Absolutely. Your offense obviously played lights out. Who are some of the players you'd like to mention on the offense?
Clarence Taylor, he came to himself, had 2 touchdowns. O-line, Dylan,
right.
Trail Davis. The whole receiving corps, from Jacoby Quates to Jeremiah Jelks to
nice.
Q1 Greg, and those guys, they did a good job of getting open, catching
yes,
the ball
sir.
this week. Yes, sir.
Good. And on the other side, the defense pitched a shutout.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us about them.
It was a typical game, hard-nosed fought game for us. They did some things different that our guys adjust to, and I was proud of it, because later on in the playoffs, it's going to be different type of styles we have to play.
Yes, sir.
And our whole team, the whole defense, I get a shout out to the whole defense.
Okay, great. Fantastic. As usual, we want to ask about injuries. How did you fare?
It was a good one. We actually injury-free this game, just to be honest with you. It's an honest answer. But
yeah,
we had an injury-free game, and that's a blessing.
Good deal. We're adding a new segment this week. It's called Player Spotlight, and we want to focus in on one particular player. You mentioned to me Jeremiah Jelks. He's a senior wide receiver. Tell us about it.
Why I mentioned this kid here, man, he's one of our leaders off
nice.
The field. He got a 4.0 GPA.
Fantastic.
He had a lot of catches and throw on touchdown last year. Now, right now, he don't have it, but he don't complain.
Right.
He shows up to practice every day, and he's a team player, and that's what we want to, type of players we want at Parker.
Right.
Unselfish, and he's the definition of being a bison.
Nice.
And with the Thunder Herd, he's one of our leaders, and I always tell him that, man, you can go another way, but you sticking in, leading these guys on the offense end, you might have the numbers like you usually have, but you're doing your thing on and off the field, man. It shows a lot and shows up on the field.
Absolutely. Well, good for you. We'll be right back after this message to discuss this week's game.
PrepsNet Coach Speak is powered by CM Gridiron. CM Gridiron is your home of fan-focused Alabama high school football. From our weekly interactive Team of the Week and Offensive and Defensive Fan-Selected Player of the Week polls to the Alabama High School Stadium Tour, player profiles, Coach of the Week features, and live in-game scoreboards, CM Gridiron is the largest fan-driven digital platform in the state of Alabama. Your team, your voice, your vote, your game. CM Gridiron.
This week, Coach, you have Minor coming here, and it's also senior night, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
That's huge. What do you expect to see from the Tenacious Tigers?
I think they're a pretty great, grimy bunch, like a tough team.
Right.
They're coached well on both sides of the ball. When you look at the O-line, you see how big they are, man. You get off the bus, they are massive, and they have athletes on the outside. And he does a great job of coaching them up over there, and it's a type of game, fits our style.
Right.
Between the trenches, but
right.
I think he does a great job over there with those guys. I know they're fighting right now in the playoff seat right now, so they're still fighting for some things, and we got to be prepared for that.
Well, right now they're 4-2 on the season. They've played extremely well. Coach Adrian Abrams over there is in his 7th year. What style of play would you see from him, Coach?
Hard nose.
Okay.
Guys being disciplined and being
Yes,
in the right
sir.
spot, and it's those type of teams you have to beat. They're not going to beat themselves. So that tough type of team and hard nose.
Okay. Well, as you know, every week we get to that point and I ask you what style that opposing coach has. I'm going to flip it a little bit and ask you what your style of play is.
If you mention us, Parker football, people probably say we're physical. And
Yes, sir.
I want that mentality we bring every day at practice in the weight room, being the most physical team out there, that you get through playing Parker, that you know that you was in for a hard-fought game. So I think the physical would be our style, both sides of the ball.
Okay.
Everything we do be physical.
Fantastic. And that, I bet the opposing team would agree at the end of the game, right,
they
Coach?
They might.
Well, good deal. Well, Coach, that's our show. Appreciate you, and we certainly appreciate you watching week in and week out the Parker version of Coach Speak.